Hey, welcome to Rust Survival Garage. My name is Tim. I was hoping to make a video on getting this 1978 Yamaha XS1100 started up again for the first time in about 3 years. And I put a new carb in and I've done some work to it, but couldn't get it running right, so I left it set. Started working on my 68 Pontiac and did the whole power tour and everything like that, so it took away from my time on the bike. But I took a look inside the tank, and so I figured what I would do is make a video on whether or not I can figure out how to get the rust out of the tank, and it's bad. So yeah, let's get to it. First thing I need to do is get this seat off. Yep. And I want to unhook my fuel lines. One on here and one over here. Actually, I forgot. There's another one on this side that needs to come out. And then I've got the main one down here on the other side. Alright, so my fuel lines are disconnected. Should be good to take the tank off. And whatever is in there evaporated. Hopefully you can see that. That's bad. That is really bad. It's just a lot of rust. I'm gonna have to clean this tank out. Alright, now I need to figure out how to clean a tank. I've tried this once before and didn't really work so well. Tried the whole vinegar route, I think it was, and because this has sat for so long with some fuel in it, it's just gotten a lot worse. So alright, so everybody and their mother has a way to get the rust out of a motorcycle gas tank. Vinegar and baking soda and this and that and the other. I'm just going to try CLR. I've never tried it before, and I've heard some really good things. I've got 2 of these, going to pour it in, let this gas tank soak for a long time. I'm going to come out and shake it all the time, like at least once an hour for maybe 2 days, who knows, and see where we're at, see how it's going, lay it on its side, you know, just really get it moved around in there. Another thing people always suggest is putting a bunch of like nuts and bolts in there. I'm not a big fan of that. If I don't see a whole lot of change with just the CLR, I think I may actually try to drop a chain down in. My only concern is that there are filters sticking up from the petcock on both sides of the gas tank, and I just don't want anything to knock those out, so I'm going to hopefully be able to do it with just the CLR. Now, one thing I do have on here is for the petcock. I've got a cap on here, one here, and then one for sort of the vent that's on the back of the gas tank. Hopefully these will hold on and last and keep anything from getting out. Now, one thing I want to make sure I do is either have it in the on position or reserve. PRI, which is for prime, allows it to flow out. But when it's on or reserve, it should only flow out when there's vacuum. That's why you have a vacuum line coming to the side of the petcock. So hopefully this won't allow anything to come out anyway. But you know, I've got them capped off, but like I said, I'm just wanting to make sure that I don't waste any of this stuff, because it's like $6-7 a bottle. All right, let's go ahead and get this into the tank. I'm also going to use a funnel because I really don't want any of this getting onto my really old paint. So I don't have anything pouring out. So hopefully I've got a good nice seal in there. Alright, one more bottle to go, and then I'll shake it up a bit. Alright, that's all shut up. It's not leaking. And I'm going to shake this up a bit. And I'm going to do this over and over again, hour after hour, and then leave it set in maybe some different angled positions. But for right now, I'm going to just let it set where it's facing more down on this side, and we'll check back on it. All right, been about half an hour. Still no leaks, which is a good sign. Just gonna keep shaking this around, get everything nice and coated. All right, 30 minutes later. I'm not gonna keep showing this. I'm just basically going to keep shaking it whenever I get a chance, keep it going, moving around, breaking up that rust, all that kind of stuff. But just let it be known, I am doing this regularly. Can you see that? Only a couple hours into it. It's still pretty bad up here. You see that? There's a little sliver that's starting to break free. But that one there is a nice big chunk. So it's working. All right, next morning, it's probably been in there for about 12 hours or so. Let's take a look and see if it's getting any better. Now, I showed you that spot yesterday, but look, on that side, and it's definitely starting to get better. I'm gonna focus a little bit more on this top side. I'm gonna tilt it forward, because it's really not doing much here. But yeah, definitely improving. There's a lot more clear metal in there now. So yeah, cool. Okay, I'm gonna try the chain. Sliding back and forth. All right. Not sure if it had any effect or not, but I'll keep trying. You can see some of the bubbles that are coming out of there are kind of rusty colored. All right, let's take a look at our tank. Doing pretty good. A little bit of stuff I may need to scrape right there. But yeah, overall, it's good. And I have a feeling because it's sat down in there for so long, all of this part of the tank down here is super clean. So I mean, unless I'm really filling that tank up, I'm not as worried about this. The filter can catch some of this stuff. I'm gonna call that good. Kind of wanted to show you the sort of bucket that I'm using to pour it into, just to let you know it was dirty to begin with. I did try to clean it out, but it's not perfectly clean. So it's got some gunk in it. Like I said, I rinsed it out. But I'm gonna be pouring what's in the gas tank in that bucket. And it's gonna be probably really gross, really nasty, and really rusty. So let's get it out. All right, I still gotta get more of it out of there. It's not cooperating, but look at this. That is some nasty, rusty gunk that was in there, and it's very, very orange. Biggest problem I have with this tank, it's got a lip. So it basically goes down a little bit farther than the surface, and all the stuff can't come out. So what I'm going to do is rinse it out with water and then open it up and let it air dry. I'm taking all of the little plugs that I had in the petcock out, and I got most of it out, but there's still some in there, and I'm going to rinse it out. All right, got it completely filled. Oh! So that's out. I'm gonna keep flushing until I'm clear. Nice thing is I'm letting it drain out of the little back drain on the tank, and it's starting to run fairly clear. Because I've got that lip, what I've done is stuck a big giant rag in there, and then I'm going to lay it flat so that the water can soak up around the rag. I'm trying to get it so that it's perfectly pointing down this way and level, and all of the water will pool right at that gas opening. So hopefully that'll soak it up. Now I need to get the water out of here as fast as I can because it's going to start to flash rust. Whenever you run water inside that metal, it's just going to instantly start to rust. So I need to get it out, and then I need to spray it. I'm going to hopefully be able to use up a can of WD-40 inside this tank and coat it completely until I'm ready to put gas in here. Okay, the rag's out and it's wet, and I shake this, I don't hear anything. So now I'm going to see if I can use a heat gun to eliminate as much of the water as I can. So I want to be careful with the heat gun. I don't want to damage any of the paint, but I want to just try to get as much heat in there as I can to dry all the moisture up. Now it's time for the WD-40. I'm going to spray in as much as I can. I've got the long extension, and I'm going to get in there as much as I can, coat all of the inside of this, and hope for the best. And see if you can hear it. If you hear it, once you move it around in there, you stop hearing it because it's kind of coated the sides and the surface, and hopefully is going to keep it nice and protected from rust. Hopefully you can see in there. Yeah, it looks dramatically better. The problem is you're going to need filters for days, because even though you get a lot of this stuff out, it's still going to have little bits and flecks and stuff of rust in there. You can kind of see a little bit of flecks up in the top, and so it might be a good idea for me to spray a ton more WD in here and then try to drain that out as well. Alright, so that's how I got the rust out of my tank. So that's going to do it for this one. I still have to get the tank back on, see if I can get this thing started up, but I kind of wanted to do a video on how I did the rust removal from my gas tank from my motorcycle. So leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions. Again, I know it's better to have, like you could see how hard with that lip is, that it would be to get nuts and bolts out of there, but I think it would have been really, really effective to have something in there that could rattle around and scrape off that rust. But I would have had a heck of a time getting all those little pieces back out. Leave me some comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We'll see if I can get this Yamaha XS1100 started up again for the first time in a couple of years. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we will catch you next time.